Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Contest Speed Tier 3. We're live from, as always, the virtual version, at least, of Spain, Barcelona, Circuit de Catalunya. My name is Dan. I'll be your commentator this evening, at least in part, because I don't know if you can tell by my far from perfect voice. I have been ravaged by illness. I've been ravaged by illness, so I will be complaining all evening. But it does mean that the man who's usually sat next to me and chips in with his insight is going to take centre stage, at least for qualifying, until the Welsh cavalry arrives.
The Welsh cavalry.
Yes, Ricky will be joining us. He will be joining us. He is, I'm told, power walking home as we speak.
That's a big step for him if he's power walking.
It is. It is indeed. He's fueled up on KFC.
I was going to say, has he had his usual KFC deal this evening?
I'm pretty sure he has. I'm just going to change the audio settings, and I'd like to apologise if I inadvertently cough, grunt, or clear my throat at some point this evening that might sound somewhat disgusting. I will try and keep it to a minimum.
Any more excuses before you start, or is that it?
No, I shall be dead soon.
Excellent.
I want sympathy from everyone.
Well, I'm going to go on board with Thomas as he looks to be the first person to start a lap this evening in the Mercedes. On the run down to turn 1, he's got to be careful because turn 2 is one of the several corners on this track that can catch you out. Get the back end stepping out and into the wall. Many a victim this week in practice races already. Danny,
I beg your pardon? What do you mean?
I mean, I saw your instinct this week in a practice race. Don't think you'll be the only one.
I think you're trying to slander me.
Also, top of the hill, turn 9, I believe.
He's just gone through there.
Yep. And into turn 10, brakes heavy, down into second gear. He's going to flick it through the left. Don't take too much curb, or the back end will spin round. Follow the right hand of turn 12, I believe, round. Into this last little complex where the new chicane has been put in. Obviously, those that remember, it used to go all the way around as the faster Sector 3. He comes up to the line, he's already out of ERS, which is a bit of a disappointment, and a 1:17.4.
Yeah, he ran mode 5 for the whole lap, which you can't do around here. You've got to drop it down a little bit at some point.
I don't want to call him out, but that shows someone that's not practiced that much this week.
Potentially.
In terms of a quali sim.
Although I would say he's going to qualify in super softs, because to beat a 17.4 on the soft, harder compound is going to be difficult.
You're going to have to be going some.
I
tell you, the man that can do that is that'd probably be Raceboy.
Well, yes, Raceboy could do it. Don't remind me of that yesterday. That was painful.
God.
Right, we shall. Yeah, he did. We shall move along to who's out on track. Let's go for our championship leader, Racer 001.
Yeah, it's a lead in terms of the championship of some sort, but it's not much of one.
No, his teammate close behind him.
Lewis lead. He's on 67. His teammate Perry is on 66. And I don't want to say anything, but if they do muck up the constructors here from now, I'll be absolutely surprised.
So will I.
Because they have got a 74-point lead already after 4 races over the Mercedes.
It's incredible. The Red Bulls in Tier 3 are doing so well, they're actually carrying the 2 other pair of Red Bull drivers to the overall Constructors' Championship by quite a considerable margin, I think.
Yeah, which you told me about this evening. I didn't know we were going to form everybody together.
It's sort of an unofficial thing. We're just going to award the overall best constructor at the end of the year. because it seems like a nice thing to do.
Although I can see the Mercedes drivers tonight causing some problems.
I had to cough inadvertently.
That's alright. Thomas could cause the Red Bull boys some problems, as well as I want to mention Dresser. I think I'm going to muck up his name, but I say Dresser Basson.
Dresser Basson, currently in P4 on the medium tyre.
Since debut, a notable performer in Tier 3.
Consistent as well. He's done very well so far.
I think he's one of these guys that doesn't do anything massively outstanding, but he's there. You kind of get what I mean.
He reminds me of a Matrix in that sense. Like, you know that he's going to pull a performance out every week. Might not be enough to win the race, but he'll definitely be.
Yeah, you know he's always going to be there or thereabouts, don't you? Around the 4th, 5th spot in terms of the results.
Let's jump up to who's on a lap at the moment.
Don't know,
Justin's just heading out on the soft tyre at the moment.
And the reason why me and Danny were talking about the super soft earlier and Thomas doing that, it's sort of affirming Thomas is doing the 2-stop strategy tonight already.
He's either expecting a safety car, maybe?
Quite possibly. It's very hard to do the 1-stop on the super soft tyres because they don't last particularly.
Although not impossible, as we found out last year in our race.
No.
The tyre-saving god, who's now in Tier 1, Smarto, he managed to pull 10 laps out of a set of super softs that are supposedly only able to do 9. So
it's that
God only knows.
7 to 9 window, isn't it, for those super softs you're looking to?
Well, that's at the very end of their life. I mean, realistically, you're probably only going to get 6 out of them. Which, of course, Thomas has just put 3 of them out on that lap alone, so...
Yeah. Softs are 12 to 15, realistically. On the mediums, but the mediums can last for...
20 to 25, I think, isn't it, realistically? That's the competitive range. And the fastest strategy on paper is soft to medium, definitely. If, however, there is the drama of a safety car or a well-placed VSC, the 2-stop could come into play. And as we've seen in Tier 2 a couple of times, the 2-stop can come into play when there's a lot of traffic involved and people are slowed down by battles with other cars. So,
and you only got to prove that to the Baku last week. The sort of 2-stop strategies across not just 1 tier but 3 tiers.
I was going to say I did the 2-stop last week. Wish I'd stayed out a little bit longer on my first set. I went for the undercut and ended up getting caught behind Blank in the pits, so yeah. Let's have a look.
Do you want to discuss some driver change names? Because
we could do, couldn't we?
Identify.
Do you not? Yeah. Right. So the only ones in here. For anyone who doesn't know, PlayStation recently brought in an update whereby you can change your account name. So it's only taken them, 10 years to catch up with Microsoft on that? But anyway, doesn't matter. It's here now. So we've only got 2 in here that have changed their name, which is Dab Clan, who is currently in P5, and that's Bois on pole. Yeah.
Inspired name, that.
Yeah. And then the other one is JDF, who's currently in P12, and that's Jacob L. More befitting of his official title.
Yeah, makes it a bit more easy for us, that one.
It does. Although we will be calling him Jacob now, and that is his real name, so slightly more awkward on that one, but
They haven't done their first runs. We've had 11 set times out of 15. And as you can see, we have on a range of tyre.
We do. Dab Clan seems to be in the prime position at the minute to go for the reverse strategy, the medium to soft.
Although he's already put 3 laps on those medium tyres.
Let's see now. That's interesting. Oh, to be fair, it won't really matter too much.
No.
You'd say so far, prime position to win the race would be the Justins, the Vishes, and the Rosses of this world, but we've got Jacob, Racer, Westboy coming out and do another lap. Perry, of course, he's on a lap at the moment. We'll jump to him next. He's just coming round to start his. No, he's coming in.
Yeah, he's done a run. That was his first run.
Yeah.
I'm just watching I'm watching Racer just finish his lap. He's gone into the final sector. Over that. Oh, he doesn't even want to go near that curb.
It's not always the curb that gets you though. Sometimes you take it so cautiously.
Oh, what is the COS website doing this to me?
Ooh. Trouble in paradise. Oh, Jacob's in the chat. He says he hasn't got a setup on, and I quote, he's cocked it again. So he'll be fighting through the field with your favourites of all setups. Default. That's the one.
Love a default setup.
You do. I can't stand it. So while you're trying to get the website working, I'm going to have a look through the chat and see who's been in. We've got the Colonel in the chat. On his way home. He says, let's get Ricky in. Well, we're waiting for you, lad. Hurry up.
I mean, you have been sent dozens of invites. So
he has. He's got a fair few. Mitch, you turncoat supporting Team Red Bull. I mean, admittedly, there's no Saubers in here to support, but shame on you.
Oh, Vish is retired, and that is on track, and that is sector 2 and 3. I wouldn't be surprised. That is the top of turn 9.
I wouldn't be surprised either. Let's see if we can find a car who's nearby. I'm watching with... Oh, here he is.
The Colonel has arrived.
The Colonel has arrived.
Camera angle's not helping me, so I can't tell if it's turn 9.
Well, I'm on board with Westboy at the moment. Just coming up towards turn 8, so we'll soon find out. Oh, turn 9's there. Into the hairpin of turn 10, I believe.
Here he is.
The Colonel hath arrived.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are Tonight's Entertainment.
We are.
Unfortunately for you.
Okay. By the way, power walking isn't for me, and for that reason, I'm out.
You're out. No, don't leave me. Don't leave us behind.
How are we getting on with this qualifying so far, guys?
Not so bad. With some interesting strategy choices so far. We've got 2 guys who've qualified on the Super Softs. One of whom is definitely staying on the Super Softs. The other one might try and improve. I'm not 100%.
That was very, very close.
What's this?
Well, Thomas and Sidegate are on completely the wrong strategy. I can tell you that for nothing.
You see, there was me and Matt trying to be diplomatic, saying, well, maybe it'll work if there's a safety car, and then Ricky comes straight in and annihilates people's aspirations.
That is wrong. That is wrong. That is a...
Well, you can add Justin to that list now, as well.
Justin, yeah, he's gone up there. In 18-3.
Just going back on what you're saying, Dan, there is only 15 people in the lobby, so... You know, might get away with no traffic.
Maybe, yeah.
And a couple of retirements.
Well, yeah, for sure. Retirement. But yeah.
Just looking through the chats.
Jacob does a 1:18.3, just caught the end of that lap on the soft tyre, puts him in P3.
So,
yeah, I think the soft tyres will be on around here.
We did discuss that the soft and medium strategy is probably the way to go for most people.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
The problem is, if you
watching.
commit to the softs now, you like everyone else could go on the super soft, and then you could find yourself like P11, P12 without doing anything wrong.
Yeah, as you and I know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. As of last year,
No.
you in
Yeah,
particular.
well, yeah, I had a bit of a dream start, but apart from that, my race was quite shit.
He says he finished. Where did you finish?
No,
P3.
yeah, no, come on, mate. I didn't know if take one car. It was all in the pit lane.
That doesn't matter. Well, where did you finish? P3, wasn't it? I think I was
P3,
P. I think I was. Was I behind you? P4.
I think you were. Yeah, I think you were
Yeah.
gaining because you started on medium.
Yeah, I did the reverse.
Yeah, yeah. But I think that's changed now, Dan, because of the new update.
No,
So
I agree
it
with you.
has had a massive effect on it.
We've got Dan Hilton and Perry, not Perry, and Millsy's out on super softs at the moment. So
Yeah,
they're
Ross
trying
is just
to-
about to start his lap on Super Softs as well.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Racer001 has not put in a lap.
He's leaving it.
He's
Right,
had he's had two attempts. I think he's invalidated on
He
both
has to nail
times.
this. There's so much pressure on this.
Let's jump to him.
So much pressure on it that he might balls it up and just.
Both
I
the
don't know,
Red Bull boys have done that. You know?
Well, Lewis has
had
been
some
out a couple of
soft
times already, and he's invalidated both laps, I think. So
Yeah, it's quite. I mean, obviously he didn't ban or invalidated it, but yeah, now he's doing the scenic route.
inventing lines through corners.
Oh, Sidegate is catching up
I did.
with.
I didn't realise that Lewis doesn't use any racing line either until tonight.
Does he not?
No.
Oh, fair play to the lad.
Oh, fair play, yeah. So anyone who races Lewis, remember to knock out them billboards in future.
Yep.
Blank, you listening?
Because that's how we do it.
Make it difficult for the lad. Get him to use proper braking points.
Oh, Ross goes too deep out and cuts the chicane. I'll be surprised that doesn't invalidate the lap. Yeah,
Hey, he's got the #1 fan in the chat room, Dan.
We have, he's back as always. Lewis, that's a 21.9 for his first sector. I have no idea how good that is.
Qualifying session's over.
Has he ruined it?
Yeah, that's a good.
He
That's a good
invalidated it.
sector. That's a good sector from Racer.
Good stuff. He might have invalidated there at turn 8, I'm not sure.
Retired on track as well.
Did he?
There's a penalty coming his way.
Qualifying ban, is it?
It is. So Ross will have a qualifying ban in Monaco, of all places.
Yeah, well, I reckon. I don't think he'll turn up for that one, but his qualifying ban will
We'll move on to
continue
Canada.
over to Canada.
I didn't see Lewis's sector 2 time, but he's coming through the final chicane now.
Oh, he's lost the back end a bit.
He's gonna,
I think we
It's
could
gonna
see
be
him
a
go P6
17.
here. P6.
P2,
Wow,
great
P2.
lap.
Wow, what a lap! What a lap! The Red Bull guys.
And
Nothing between them.
you have to
Great
say they're
lap.
in prime position for another 1-2 here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And if I'm Thomas in pole position, I'm doing a slow formation lap.
Yeah, is there anyone still out on the lap at the moment?
I think well done to
West Boy,
Radcon,
is it West Boy?
Sidegate and Dabcam for retiring in the pits.
Excuse me, yeah,
So
West Boy coming through the final
Boy's on for
chicane.
one. He needs to get up there. He needs to be around 18.2 at least.
Oh, it's slow. It's an
18.
18.9.
West Boy. I mean, the only advantage he'll have is he can put on a fresh set of softs. I don't know if that'll make too much difference though.
See, if I was in his position, I'd just take the punt on the reverse strategy and try the mediums.
Yeah, but you like the harder compound stand, don't you?
I tend to, yeah.
Yeah, you do go for the harder compound first, I feel.
Yeah, it's helped me before, to be fair. Hockenheim in particular got me on the podium. But
Dominic, no, you have not misread the website. The Photos has moved to tier 2.
he's joined the also rans.
Yeah, he's joined the lobby where everyone turns up. Woohoo!
Yeah. And everyone is exactly the same pace, so no one knows who's going to win.
It's literally go-karts, but with Formula 1 brand.
Yeah. So Thomas 0416 takes pole position, time of 1:17.4, followed by the two Red Bull racing cars of Racer 001 and Perry the Dog into second and third places even. Keep an eye out for, we're going to call him Dab Clan, I'm not going to call him Bois and Pole every time I have to talk about him.
Yeah, but I've got a feeling he messed that up because, in my opinion, it should be moi, not bois.
Ooh.
Ooh. Controversy.
Yeah, I think he's done an amateur hour there, and but bless him, he's only a kid. He's only 15 or whatever it is, so we'll let him off.
No, that's true. Actually, well, we've got to break it. I'm gonna unplug my mic quick and cough.
I'm gonna put Ross. I'm gonna put Ross to press X first.
Who's gonna do it?
Ross. Oh, hang on, we might be in here.
Oh, we could be.
Oh,
Are they all being well behaved?
come on, press X, someone, do it.
Do it.
Well, you pushed for this rule so much, and now you want them all to break it.
Yeah, it's
I know, yeah, it's great.
Oh, Saget's gone!
Oh, there it is!
Oh!
There it is! There it is!
The temptation, you can see it. Oh, I love it.
And then Ross did it as well afterwards.
Oh,
It's
brilliant.
like first.
I think that's the closest we've ever come in Tier 3.
They nearly. Has anyone actually done it yet and got all the way through without pressing X?
No, I think Racer 555 is our most consistent
X pusher.
X-presser.
He's keen, alright? He's
He's
keen.
keen.
Going, alright?
Bloody keen as mustard.
Just wants to get started. Come on.
Oh,
Yeah,
Thomas straight off the line weaving on those super softs.
Yeah,
Right,
I wouldn't
okay.
be doing that. I wouldn't be doing that on Super Soft. Make yours only last a lap too.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
What have you spotted?
I'm pretty sure Ross was on super softs according to the telemetry during qualifying, and he's now on the soft.
No, I think his
No, his best time was on
best
softs.
time was on softs.
Yeah, definitely was.
But even so, he pressed X, and I do like chucking these penalties about, so that's I'm on to you.
No, Ross retired on track.
He retired on track, so unless he has footage, which we'll ask, it could be another penalty coming as well.
Honestly, give me jobs to do, why don't you?
So it was Sygate that pressed it first.
Sargate pressed first.
Yeah. But to be fair, it was quite a while, so might be footage as well, Dan.
Oh,
you know,
West
just make
Boy's
sure
been
it's-
disqualified on the formation lap. Oh, it's just don't on a hole.
And he's on the mediums as well, so they'll be cold.
Three people on super softs. It's Thomas and Sygate who obviously qualified on them. We've got Dan Hilton that's trying the super soft strategy. Don't know why you would do that down in 14th, but you know, whatever floats your boat. And West Boy is on the mediums, so trying alternate strategy.
Yeah, but he's also been disqualified, which means they're going to be super cold. So I
Racer and Perry have just been disqualified.
Yeah, they've hit each other.
That's a tactician.
Yeah, I'm not sure it is. I think they've just hit each
They
other.
got far enough in the lap so that the temps won't be that bad.
Potentially. I'm not sure though, to be honest. I think they just hit each other.
Yeah. I'm going to say watch out for Ross in this race. P10, not a great lap, but we know he has pace.
Yeah, definitely.
Justin, I practiced with Justin before, and he was really struggling. So
We'll see.
Get your
Well,
predictions in, ladies and
we'll
gentlemen.
go to the front.
5 lights.
We're going to have the glitch at the start, so we'll hold off on going
That's why
mental.
I'm pausing.
There we
And
go.
there we go. It's a good start from Thomas. Oh, does a shimmy.
The Schumacher chop.
the military up 2 places already. Up
Good
3
lad.
places. Go on, lad.
Are we all clean? I want to say yes, we are. Yeah, we are. For the
Oh,
time
Justin's
being,
gone. Justin's gone for a swim in the, on the sand. I don't know what
creating
I'm
new
saying.
lines round the
I don't know what he's doing.
circuit.
Drinking sand.
He has.
Drinking Dandy's flip flop.
Perry's done the jump and racing, by the way, as well. You
He
haven't noticed
has.
that?
Cygate and Dabclan are fighting for position as well. This could be interesting into here.
Justin down 3 places, guys. Ross up to 7th.
Yeah, Ross looking good off the start. Raidcon as well gets himself into the top 10.
Force India on the inside.
Yeah.
Cygate.
Under pressure.
Yeah. No, Jacob went off the track before. That was nothing to do with Cygate there.
No.
Ross wants a bit. Oh, he touch!
Oh, watch that
It
front
compromises
wing,
Ross. Yeah. Did he get damage?
No, he's all good. He's all good.
He's all good. He's got a deep.
Yeah, he got very lucky. That one.
He's got a decent run on Jacob.
We're going on board. He's not got the straight line speed. He's in overtake, but he's not got it.
No.
Tell you who might have though, and
That's interesting considering Jacob is running default.
It is. Yeah, he will be.
Jacob running the old 1-6 routine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to.
Send it, Ross. Send it. Come on, mate. You can do it.
You want to win the race, you've got to make the move soon.
Yeah, he's just gonna get. I suppose it does help that they're on the same tyre.
Oh, we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. I do not know who that is for.
Wow, look at this. Millsy miles behind already. I wonder if he's got damage.
I can have a look.
He's struggling. Back end.
Oh, Millsy, lad, come on.
Dan Hilton nearly did exactly the same thing as
He's
well.
got dirty tyres.
He's in the sand pit. Tiger Woods, where are you? We need you. Get us out of it.
The lad's done well to hold on to that, but he's under pressure.
He's got that now, and he said he's been practicing a lot.
So I have real respect for those two guys, Millsies and Dan Hilton, because they turn up every week and they always put 100% in.
You know what? And that's what the league is about, I think.
Yeah.
Is trying to help people. Like, I know they're not doing that well in terms of results, but like they must feel like they're improving. Like,
Oh, they
Just
are.
experience as
Yeah.
well.
It's just, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
it's good to see. It's good to see these lads.
Jacob just hang on. Oh, he's gonna
It's
run
interesting to
wide.
see. Thomas managed to pull out a 2-second lead over Perry over the first 2 laps, and now it's starting to come down again.
Yeah,
So those
now
supers are coming to the
yeah,
end of their usable
we
life.
got Dan Clan who's just gone on the grass turn 3, and he's struggling for grip at the minute. He's got
Yes.
Cygate behind him.
He's got the
There's
train.
Cygate's-
Yeah, there's a trolley train going on here.
I think Cygate's going to be coming in soon, starting on those super softs. He's not going to be able to make them last, not in the midst of all this traffic. That's a great camera angle. We've got
Oh, here
Jacob
we
going
go.
for a move on
Jacob's gonna
Cygate
go.
on the inside.
Jacob. Yeah, he's pushed it wide.
Yeah,
No, I think
great
that's a
move.
bit of 61, half a dozen the other.
Yep, and
Yeah,
Ross takes
I-
advantage, gets a nudge from Cygate in the back.
I don't know, here in Wales we like a nice squeeze.
Oh God!
Oh no!
Don't make me laugh, it hurts.
Box.
Cygate's coming in.
Thomas has made a mistake up front. Got poor exit out the last corner. Perry's going to be pretty much only on
Yeah,
Cygate.
he's-
Picked up 5
Cygate's
seconds.
in the
He
pit.
has. That's a consistent error for Cygate. What's he going on to?
It's the yellow branded
Soft tyre. He's going for the 2-stop.
Softs. Yeah.
Keep
So-
coming in with those predictions in the chat.
Perry's looking good here.
Yeah, I think we'll jump to the battle for the lead.
He locks up his rear left.
I'm going to keep an eye on that midfield.
You say he locked up the rear?
Well, it sounded like it. I didn't. I was on board and it sounded like his rear. It wasn't like.
Ah, fair play. That's quite hard to do, isn't it? He must have been slamming all on to make that corner. He's in overtake mode, trying to catch up.
Whoa!
Yeah, Thomas
That
has got no.
from wide again and turn 9.
Dalcon's really struggling on these soft tyres.
He is, isn't he? Because normally you'd expect Dabplan to be closing the gap to the Red Bulls and Thomas up
Yeah,
front, but he's
yeah,
actually
definitely.
dropping back.
Yeah, he's definitely one of the quicker guys in Tier 3, and I mean his racing lines are everywhere. It's not even close to being close.
He's going to get caught. He's going to get overtaken by Jacob here.
It's not even close to being.
Oh, Jacob follows him. And then
We could
Ross,
have 3 wide.
opportunistic.
Oh my goodness!
Jacob,
Oh,
no!
Come on, Jacob! The 1-6!
I was worried. I thought he was going to cut across Grey Fox there.
Look at that, Ross fighting
God.
through.
Yeah, what is wrong with that car? I just don't get it.
We've got a group of 5 cars.
Ah, he's got some wing damage. That's why. Dab Clan.
Where did he go?
But he wasn't moving any. He wasn't fighting anyone. So has he touched the wall or?
It must have been early
Must
on,
have been from
maybe.
the start.
He had a fight with Sygate at the start of the race, so maybe it's there. But yeah, he's definitely got front right wing damage, which round here is going to be killer. Absolutely killer.
Well, latest news, Perry's gone past Thomas and Rachel's going to have an eye on Thomas as well.
We've got a couple of Yanks getting closer here with Ray Khan and Jacob. Send it. Go on.
I think Thomas could be making an early stop, gents. He's losing a lot of time.
He needs to. If he's staying
nice
out this
move by
long,
Jacob.
he's
move from
defending
Jacob.
well there.
Great,
Yeah, hold
great stuff.
I'm going to stay with these two though, because there is a massive
Yeah, I
queue
called it.
behind Raycon.
Yeah. This is exactly what the queue was like in KFC yesterday.
Thomas is in.
Justin on Ray
Thank
Khan.
you.
Justin on Ray Khan.
Yeah, we'll watch him. Raycon's
Oh, mate, you
DRS
should have
off.
gone for that. It was
Jacob
open.
was
It
enough to
open
defend.
there.
Thomas is pitted, by the way, and he's on the medium tyre.
So he's going to try and make it to the end. Which,
It's not going to work. It's just going to be dead towards the end of the
yeah, it's...
Has he got... I'm just thinking, would he have a spare set of super softs?
He might, although they might
Take
scrub
break.
Raycon late on the
Justin.
brakes.
Oh my goodness. Look at Fish having a sniff now.
So this is why we love Tier 3, they're all sort of close together.
Yeah.
This is interesting for us tomorrow though. With everyone fighting like this.
Whoa! I'm surprised I managed to stay
Jacob
behind.
going for a move on
that
Dab Clan.
Yeah. Oh, no. He pulled out of it, well done.
Yeah. What do you think,
Could have
Ricky?
ended in tears.
I was just going to say, with Davcon struggling so much, if it was me, I'd do another 2 laps and go on the mediums.
I'm going to try and undercut. Or, well,
I
save as
don't
much
think
time
he
as
can-
possible.
Look how much time, look how much time he's losing on the. With
Ross
all
has
the
picked up
damage.
3 seconds. I know where that's from as well. That's that last chicane.
So, this could be Jacob going up into P5. We're on board. Dab Clan's a sitting duck.
Guys, so I just want to say, as
Yep.
a team, I think Red Bull should pit Racer first.
No, I'd agree with you, actually.
I'm trying to think how long the pit lane is and where he's going to come out. Will he come out ahead of Millsy as Radcon goes for a move up the inside of Davcon into turn number 4?
Justin's having a look as well.
Oh,
Oh!
Davcon fights back. They touch.
Oh my God, Paulie Rattle, I'm going to board on Vish. Nah, he's not going to win there. Vish, just be patient, mate.
Sebastian must be loving this. He's thinking, oh, they're just going to take each other out and I'm going to mop up the pieces.
Oh,
See, if I was him, I would be livid if I was Droser at the minute, because he's going to be quicker than most of these guys on race pace, and he's just going to be losing time, hand over fist. Oh, Fish, careful.
Vish touch, Random Vish touch, I think Vish has got some damage.
Let's have a look.
I think Ray lost it on the, do you know that corner that,
Yeah,
he did. And
and he just caught Vish. I think nothing more than a racing incident, you know.
yeah, there's no damage for Vish, so all looks
Ross
good
is
from
in.
that.
Ross is in early.
Ross going for the undercut
that is
then.
early.
Right,
He's going
no
on
then.
softs, he's doing
Two
soft
stop it.
softs.
He's two
That's
stopping.
it, that's-
Well, that's
Yeah, he's doing soft to mediums, isn't he? Soft mediums.
do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, big
Yeah, but
big
we've
crash.
had an instant Justin and Redcon, and yeah. I've not seen it, all I saw was Justin just...
go on, Millsy, lad.
Millsy's in the points.
He is. He's doing well.
And
We've
West
got
That's West
big
Boy had
wing
damage,
damage for
or-
Raycon.
No, West Boy started on the mediums.
Yeah, see, this is what I get with starting on the mediums. It's just not quick enough.
Well, we've got big wing damage from Redcon on with that battle with Justin that ended with them both on the grass on the outside of turn 2. Justin appears to be okay damage-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good strategy to let Racer go in before Perry, to be honest, because the undercut doesn't work here anyway.
No, and now the thing is,
it's a big enough gap for Perry to cover off Grey Box.
yeah, the thing is, I know that Team Red Bull do have Mitch in the lobby with them acting as race engineer, so they'll know now that Ross is on the soft tyre. Chase it on.
No, he's too far
Vish.
behind. Vish goes deep.
Redcon's in the pits. That'll be for a new front wing. I would guess he'll go for mediums and try and make it.
And the colour is yellow.
Yellow. 2-stop for Redcon.
He's doing a Ross. He's stopping on those.
Yeah, I think the front three are going to clear all the guys who are battling on the softs. I think because they were battling so hard, I think they've lost so much time to the leaders, and it's created a open pocket for the front runners.
So if Perry was to pit now,
window?
23 seconds, isn't it?
So he's gonna come.
He's gonna come out between Westboy and Millsies then.
Yeah.
That's Perry.
No,
if Racer stops, he's gonna come out P10.
Round Ross.
Yeah, just in front of Ross. He needs to.
Which would have meant he would have lost time, but obviously we know Ross is going to have to stop again anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly. I might be wrong with the 23 seconds. It might be less. It's quite a long exit, though, I would say. Fucking Perry in a wilder zone.
Justin should have this move done on Westboy because he's got such a better driver. But else going on, easy. Not even close.
I mean, I think Vish needs to be a bit more aggressive here with...
Westboy fights back though.
Go on, Vish.
Yes. Jump back to Vish.
Switch back.
Oh, great move! Can you make it stick?
Get it done, mate. Go on the outside, give him the room. Oh! Davcan's gonna...
Fight back, but he's not got the wing. And
nice
there should
Vish.
be, and that was very nice from Vish. There should be a multi-21 from Williams here.
Oh, Vish has lost the back end. And Davcan's just ran into the back of him.
So Justin's getting very punchy behind Westboy.
Literally ran into the back of Vish.
Yeah, Vish late on the brakes though, should hold the position.
I just had a great camera view.
Wheel to wheel.
Great camera view on Davcan.
Yeah, they gave each other the space.
Davcan, just be patient, mate. You know, you're going to get them the... Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, I thought that was going to be letting his teammate through there.
I think he's pitting in. So
Ross is getting held up now.
Ross getting held up. Let's jump across and have a look. Yeah, he'll clear Justin now. He might clear Westboy as well, because I'm not sure. I don't think Westboy will have DRS.
So, I think we're in...
Here we go again.
Are we in the window for the... oh my god.
Yes, we are, because...
We're in the window for the undercut. Davcan had wing damage though, so maybe a little bit earlier than planned.
Oh, look at the Ferrari! The Ferrari's sneaking in.
Oh, he's got down the inside.
Oh, Westboy's overcorrected it. It's... Ross, you need to be backing off, mate, otherwise you're going to get wing damage.
You're on a different strategy. These guys are on one stop. You're on a 2-stop.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's it.
Come on, make this stick. Go on.
No, he hasn't got that. He shouldn't have.
Send it.
Oh,
Westboy's fighting back.
To be fair, I think Westboy was very cautious on the brakes there.
Yeah, I think he knew that.
He's held position, but Ross should get him now.
Worst camera angle in the world.
Oh, he's gone for the inside. Westboy again, really early on the brakes.
Yeah, I was going to say very early. It's not. I mean, maybe he just wanted to give up the position and get the DRS down the straight.
Maybe. Who's the next big battle, perhaps? Thomas, maybe on Cygate.
Hey, we got Chris in the lobby, mate.
Is he back?
On the stream. Yeah, welcome, Chris. How you doing, mate?
The Godfather returns.
Yeah, he's back. There's yeah, it's good to see him back in the lobby, man.
Yeah.
Supporting.
We've seen him.
Oh, McLaren and Rossett! Oh my God, they both are all right, but they hit.
Justin took advantage, though he hasn't.
Unbelievable.
I tell you, his strategy is getting absolutely ruined here. It's Thomas. He's been stuck behind Cygate for a good 3 or 4 laps, and still can't get past him.
Yeah, the trouble is, Cygate is pitted and is on the quicker tyre.
Yeah, and he's going to go. So they're both going to stop. Will they both stop again?
No, I think Thomas will stay out and just risk it.
Westboy down the inside of Thomas. Oh, Thomas goes down the inside of Cygate. They touch. Bit of wheel-to-wheel contact. Justin went down the inside of Westboy at the same corner.
Race is in.
Basically, right, so okay.
There should be a gap between Sebastian and Ross.
Millsy just been overtaken by Ross in the last corner.
And Racer is out.
Justin's overtaking Millsy. Oh my God, Millsy's having a bit of a nightmare straight through. Oh, look at Justin's straight line speed.
So he nearly got Ross as well.
Ross is running a really high downforce setup here.
Got a McLaren running wide back there.
Oh, West big contact. I've just seen Millsy spear left between turn 3 and 4.
Oh my God, there was 4 cars basically across the track.
I'm trying to think who's near, because they may have front wing damage.
Let's have a look. Westboy was in there. He's all good. Thomas, he's all good. Justin's all good. Cygate, yep, he's fine.
It's possible that it was desync if there's no damage.
If it is, that's extremely unfortunate. Meanwhile, Perry's in, Grey Fox is in, and Jacob's in, so they're all going to come onto the medium tyre.
I'm going to jump across on board with Lewis, who's coming around the final corner.
Sebastian's in as well.
Perry. Perry's leaving the pit lane right now.
So Perry's
he will
ahead.
have gained an advantage.
He's a long way ahead.
Yeah, the overcut works, but this has worked out beautifully. And you got to think the 2 Red Bulls have both got pressure tyres in the guys behind them, so
They have.
for me this is a comfy 1-2.
Oh, meanwhile, Grey Fox has just come out ahead of Westboy. Westboy runs wide, very wide. Creating his new line.
Cygate's got the drop on Grey Fox. Better tyres, more grip. Oh my God, that's so close. Millsy left, shame.
Yeah.
Running the points as well. That was unfortunate. Yellow flag in sector 1.
Fish on mediums, Westboy on mediums.
We've Jacob's had an incident out of pits. Got right front wing damage. He's on
That's major damage, yeah.
Justin has to pit this lap, he's super struggling.
And that's pretty much ruined his race. So Toro Rosso is going from having a disastrous couple of laps.
It was the same in Baku, wasn't it? They both had some unfortunate.
He may have to 2-stop from here as well, just to make it to the end. That was,
oh, that is big wing damage. He's taking the escape road.
Justin's in.
I think now we can see how quick the dab plan is around here. Same tyres as everyone. New front wing.
He's already got the fastest lap, I think.
So look, fastest lap is, yep, on 20.7.
That's big. That's big on those tyres.
And in terms of lap time, people on the same tyre, that is 5/10 quicker than Racer.
And that's massive. What's Perry's closest effort? 21.4.
4. Ross is 1/10 behind, but he's set that all on soft tyres, so I'm not sure gonna be good. Oh, Jacob's gone to super soft. Oh, this is just gone from bad to worse for him.
I think he's just going to blitz those and then come back in for that set of mediums again. That's what I'd do.
Ross is going to pit, and he's going to get the points, guys, when he comes out of the pits.
He will do.
Yeah, so it's 7.5.
He got stuck in traffic. The first couple of laps, he got stuck in that traffic, and that was it.
Yeah, he's going to come out P12 or 13, isn't he?
Yeah, and it's exactly what we discussed earlier. We talked about having the dangers of the two-stop and rather than being traffic, and that's why. Syak's coming into mediums to the end.
Dabclan closing in on Vish.
And also
Greyfox
just
is looking good for a podium here.
And also just to make it worse for Ross, Ross has got 6 seconds worth of penalties plus another 2 warnings, so he's going to get at least 9 seconds.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Who has to pit, realistically?
Ross has to stop again.
Westboy, Ross,
Jacob,
and possibly Thomas.
Raidcon, Dan Hilton as well.
This could get a P4, probably P5 here if he keeps it clean. Depends on how quick Dabclan catches him.
Well, we saw how quick he catches him. I think he's stretched that gap.
Yeah, he's dropping back his Dabclan.
It was within 4 attempts, and now we're talking actually a second and a half. So over the last couple of laps, he's managed just to separate a gap between him and Dabclan. As Danny exits us, let's have another hacking cough.
Sorry. I thought it's better to
You're not
unplug.
dead
No, I'm nearly there though. Ricky, I shall be dead soon.
Oh, I do not like that move that Thomas just done there. That was very late.
Well,
He
it's
was,
moving in
on
the
the left-hand
braking.
side of the track. Greyfox was behind him, and he moved over to the right a little bit to dummy it, but I believe that's far too late.
Well, we'll see if there's a complaint about it.
And well, it'll all depend if Greyfox passes him, which in theory he should do. Ross will have to pit. This is for the podium right here, Thomas and Greyfox.
Yeah.
It's 2 and 3. Jacob's gone.
Oh, it's Jacob.
Where is he going? I'm on board with Bish. I'm going to see if I can find him.
Oh! It's in the middle of the track on the exit of the hairpin.
Oh, Thomas is off it! Oh, he somehow covered it.
Oh, West Boy's sliding around as well.
Greyfox is going to get Thomas down here. There we go.
Yeah, it's easy. Easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It was a bit late with it. Oh my god.
that's what I'm saying. That was the similar move he did, but like towards the braking zone after that.
I think he was too close to make a move like that, even if it was defensive.
Dabclan gets past Vish.
That's why he was saving the RS and he's just attacked and used it all like that.
Yeah, but Vish has still got half a battery and he could come back at him here.
Yeah, this doesn't, with fresher tyres, alright, be it all only 3 laps. ERS is so powerful here that it's just manage your tyres. You're getting on pure tyre wear.
Do you know who I think's going to get the 3rd podium spot here? I think Dabclan's got it, or he's going to get it.
Nah, I don't.
Because Westboy has to stop. Thomas, I think, has to stop.
Greyfox doesn't.
I'm going to raise you and say it's going to be the other Williams.
Do you think? Fair play.
Why not?
I mean, if you can, fair play. But
Greyfox is already in 3rd, guys, and he's already pitted, and he's 10 seconds ahead of Dabclan.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but Dabclan is lapping. Actually, not that much quicker.
Dabclan,
No, fair play.
I don't know. I just can't see it myself.
And don't forget, this is Greyfox that turns up and wins races, and that's about it.
Right, so now we can see they're right then behind each other on track to 8.7, 8.8 even is the gap now.
They've got 15 laps to make their move.
Chris Logan needs a KFC. Don't worry, mate. I got you covered. I got a box in me fridge.
I saw that. Have you genuinely got a bucket stashed in your fridge?
Yeah, I have.
Is it your emergency bucket?
It's my emergency funds. What happens is, I blow my money on hose, and yeah, I save 12 quid for a bucket. Just
Fair
what
play.
we do, mate. It's just, yeah.
It's how it rolls, just how it rolls.
It's part of living around here.
What, in Wales?
Yeah, exactly.
Fair play.
Well, is it hose up there, over there, or is it
Boats and hoes. Boats and hoes.
So I think the next thing we can watch on track is Ross coming up behind Justin.
This is why we have this man commentating with us.
It is. He's a brilliant insight into modern living.
Ah, yeah. Ross looks much more
There you go.
stable.
Those are the 9 seconds for us right there.
On board with Ross, he is going to get Justin down in before turn 1. Nicely done, Ross. Wearing that number 4 Pro. In the best car on the grid, obviously.
Obviously. Be quiet, George.
I mean, what can I say? It's not like it's a car that's done a 1, 2 for 3 races in a row so far this season.
We're not worrying about them.
Has got any penalties?
Yes, he has.
I'm pretty sure he has.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if Fisher's thinking, well, I'm not going to get a podium.
He's got ho ho ho. He's got 3 penalties and 2 warnings, so he's already on 9 seconds.
Ross on road cam, sorry to interrupt, but he's made it into the end of second 2. Second 2 yellow flag.
We got anybody losing a lot of time? I can't see anyone. But Ross is sidling his way through the field at the minute.
Just having a quick look at the penalties, or there's a few people that are going to be getting 9 seconds here easily. But I believe there is one gentleman that has a clean record.
Which one of the two? Which one of the 2 Red Bulls is it?
It's not.
Oh. Who is it?
The man in 3rd place.
Grey Fox. Defender of peace and liberty.
Grey Fox is pulling away from back down.
Yeah, he is.
Vish has lost a place to Jeffrey Batten. Sorry if I missed that. I was busy chatting shit in the stream, in the chat.
Well, the other thing I was going to mention, sorry to cut you off there, Ricky, was the gap between the Red Bull drivers when they pit was 4.8 seconds. It's kind of come down a bit.
Yeah, and the ERS is very, very similar.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I don't think either one of them are pushing, are they? They're just...
No, they're cruising round.
Well,
Sunday
they're cruising round. This happened in China, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was like, oh, they're going to overtake each other there within a second. Oh,
Vish is out.
No.
Fish! On board with Sidegate in sector 3.
Yeah,
Where is that?
this is going to be the final corner. He's going to hit the pit wall.
I reckon he's pitted. I reckon he's pitted and retired. Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah, he's in the pit.
He's in the pits. Wow.
Yeah, well, at least
Soon
he
see,
did it
'cause
in
they'll
the pit
change
lane
his
this week.
tyres. That's true. They'll change his tyres if he is. And we'll see that in a second.
I don't think that's anything. I don't know. I don't know why you would do that.
Unless maybe he got
mean,
wing damage somewhere, and so obviously it's going to put him at the back, and with 11 laps that's not enough to get back into it.
Well, you say that that would have put him 11th, and you've probably been about 10 seconds. You can go on to softs, It could do. You could have got a point or two back. You never know.
Well, if a
Maybe.
safety car comes out, you never know, do you? You
Yeah,
know.
that's true.
Meanwhile, Justin and Radcon are going back at each other again. Not for the first time this race. If I was Justin, just wait. You know, Radcon's going to come in the pits.
You'd think so.
To Williams because the gap isn't that much, and with Dad Plan's penalties, Jesse might be on fourth here.
Yeah, I think he is
Justin down the
on penalties
inside.
at least at the minute.
In turn one. Justin made the move stick again.
So the other man I think we need to keep an eye on is Thomas, actually.
Yeah, he is catching Ross.
He is, and they're
And he
both
doesn't have
catching
any
the Williams
penalties,
cars.
is it? Is it five? Is it five?
I think he might have one or two.
No
I think he's got
penalties.
one.
No penalties, but he has 3 warnings. If that works.
One's going to be for a collision, I think.
Yeah.
Dad Plan again picks up another penalty.
So, Tracer may not even have to overtake him on track. I don't
He
think
doesn't.
will.
He doesn't at the minute.
I don't think he needs to. Pressure tyres, he may as well push the gap as close as possible, but
And that plan's
Oh.
coming in.
yeah, he's pit.
He's going. For, he's going for fastest lap. Yeah. I might have been tempted to wait a couple more laps though.
Yeah, go on and save yourself and that done with
He's
it.
got way down low. I don't understand that. I just don't understand it. Why would you compromise
Maybe
all them points?
Because he probably possibly knows what the gap is between.
Yeah, but with his
Himself.
penalties, it's not worth it.
How many penalties he's got? If he had 12, then it was going to put him around 9th or 10th anyway.
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
it's going to
he's
put him
out of
last.
points.
No, he's out in 10th.
I say his penalties.
Yeah,
It'll put him well outside the points.
Well, only Dabcan knows what he's.
I think that's a crazy. I think it's a crazy.
Fastest lap at the
Because
minute is
other people-
West Boy.
The thing is, yeah, but the other people, he had 12 seconds of penalties, but other people would have had penalties behind him.
Yeah, no,
Ross
Now,
did.
They're in front of him with
Yeah.
less.
Ross did. I think Justin had a one or two.
Thomas had one at least. Ray Conway knows got some, and I think him or Justin could be in for a big one after their contact at turn 2.
I mean, I'm not sure what Dabcan's job will be in future, but it won't be a mathematician.
The boy's in school. He should be tuning up on things like that.
Yeah, true.
I think Drace is struggling on those medium tyres now, guys. Ross has brought that gap down.
He has, and he's
4
pulling.
seconds.
He's pulling Thomas with him. Raidcon in the pits. That's to be expected, though. This will be
Super soft.
for the Super Soul. That's going to be a hard one at the end of this. They're going to be screaming.
No, hopefully he should be right. You can do about 6 laps, don't you? 6 or 7 laps on super soft.
He's got to do 8.
Fuel. Yeah, but he's on light fuel, so it should, shouldn't
True.
be as much of an issue.
Ross is within DRS range now.
Dabcan's on the back of West Boy, as expected. Gives him a little love tap through turn 8.
Similar ARS. Ooh, West Boy moving. Oh, I take. Nah, West Boy, I think.
No, it's just. There's been a few of those tonight.
So I'm
I
watching
think West
Ross
Boy should
coming
get
up
that
the
position
back
up.
of Dracer at the minute. Should be able to get him on DRS.
There goes my tip. What do you know? Dracer's not even. You could even finish 6th.
Well, Ross has got a lot of
Put-
penalties. I know that.
Dabcan on West Boy going into turn 1.
Should be a fairly.
Yeah.
On the outside. West Boy's going to hang it in there.
West Boy just went straight on into him.
Oh, no. Through turn
No, that's
3.
No, that's fine, that's fine. Send it, send it. Oh, mate. I don't understand why you would send it. You just went on in turn 1, but not send it into 3.
there. And now he's doing it into 4.
Oh, turn 4, what the hell, mate?
I remember sending one into turn 4 and rip and run last year. That did not
So
go
Ross
well
is
for
going
both
to
of
go
us.
down the inside of Dracer into turn number 10.
And all of a sudden Thomas is getting involved as well.
An interesting finish for P4.
Yeah, he's in the 2-stop as well, I think. Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
I see 2-stop as 4.
Well, so is Ross as well, don't
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah, but Ross is obviously going to finish
The problem is though, that
P7.
it's just showing how far behind they are from the guys on the soft to medium strategy, and that's not even including penalties. On top of penalties,
mate.
it's going to be nowhere near. Thomas makes the move on Dracer.
It's turn 2.
Kind of expected.
And this is where normally for tier 3 it starts to quieten down.
Yeah, well, it's been quite quiet up front, pretty much from the start.
Yeah, those boys are just walking away with it.
Terry's pretty much controlled this race from start to finish.
Yeah.
That gap's just flowed, hasn't it? Round between 2.5 seconds and 3.5 seconds, you know.
Yeah. Well, Lewis got the win in China. Looks like Perry's going to get the win here.
And regain the championship lead.
Yes.
Very dominant performance.
However, we don't want to say anything because after the first race in Australia, we sort of, the guy in first was going to cruise home. We all know what happened.
Yes, Rodriguez. Yeah. Rodriguez, and then of course Dab Clan last week in Baku.
Yep. Fourth to 7th is our closest action on track.
Yeah, well,
Just getting a message off Fish. He lost it behind Dab Clan into turn 2 and got red wing.
Fair enough. So, nearest one is Redcon on Cygate.
Whoa! Racer hanging the back end out of the last corner. Rally style. Yeah, those guys on the medium tyres now are going to start struggling.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Especially Dracer in particular, because that gap to Justin has come down by 3 seconds over the past 2 laps.
Yeah. Claudio, fastest lap is Raycon, who we're on board with at the moment, 119.8. He's going for an overtake on Cygate around the outside of turn 10.
Interesting. That kind of means no one's going to be getting points.
Well,
sorry, I say that Raycon's on the back of him, yeah.
And
So Cygate kicked the rear end up.
It's going to be pretty much a slam dunker.
I've got the worst camera angle for that.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Okay, guess what? Ross has got another penalty.
Is that 15 seconds or 12?
That's 15, I think.
Well, Perry's just lost it at the last corner a little bit.
1, 2, 3.
So,
Oh no, I'll take it back. It's just 12. But 12 seconds, 2 minutes.
So what were we looking at here? We're looking at the minute Perry, Racer, Great Box, Thomas, Jesse,
Justin.
Do the jump on Ross as well.
So is Dad Clan.
how many penalties does Thomas have, if any?
Westboy, could he get into P7, P6?
Potentially. He can definitely get ahead of.
So we've got Ross on 12 in that midfield. We've got Thomas hasn't got any, but he's one warning away. Tracy's hasn't got any. Justin's got 2. Dabclan's got 5 plus 3 warnings, so it means he had a collision with something or someone. And Westboy's got 3, so he could jump up to 7th, maybe, possibly.
Potentially.
Well, guys, before anyone else goes, I'm going to give my driving day to Perry.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think he's just absolutely dominated this race from start to finish. Did not look in danger at any stage.
And
that's fair.
And what did it was the overtake pretty much at the start on the first lap.
Yep. Justin Andres up.
Set it up.
I think it's fair to say that we all know Perry's at least a tier 2 driver. So.
Yep, tier 3 champion from last year. Unfortunately can't race provisionally when it was supposed to be on a Thursday, which is tier 2 now on a Tuesday. And we know how quick both those Red Bull drivers are.
Yeah, they're both tier 2 standard.
Yeah, well, I'm not being funny, but if Racer gets promoted, we'll have to find another commentator.
Yep.
Oh, that'll be shocking, won't it?
It's turning into the commentary tier.
Yeah, you have to become a commentator to get promoted into tier 2. Oh, second 2 and 3. Who's off?
I don't know. I think it was just Raycon just sorry, Dan Hilton just getting out of the way.
So he pits.
He's going for the fastest lap to try and deny Westboy at the moment. I think it's Westboy. No, Raycon. Sorry.
Raycon. Yeah, also Gate is not quite he's a bit, at least some sort of, you know, some sort of pleasure from this race. I actually quite like the Spanish Grand Prix to drive. I think it flows.
I agree with you.
Just that sector 3, I wish it was like the old days, you know, the fast right-hander. Like, none of the chicane in it.
I'm just gonna go.
This person, before Danny continues, doesn't get much airtime, but I'm just going to say, well played to Dan Hilton, who is still in P12, and he's still going.
He is, even if he is just about to be lapped by our race leader.
Yeah.
He's already been lapped even.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfect example of costs in general. That seems to be...
Dabcan's just lost it into turn 2, sorry Ricky.
Oh yes, he has.
No wing damage for him.
He's second at the room.
But we'll jump back to our race leader as he comes through the final chicane.
With 1 lap to go.
Rounds the final corner to begin his final lap.
It has to be said, Dabcon's had a stinker from start to finish.
Yeah, he was unlucky at the start to get that wing damage. I think that's what ruined it for him.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
Just got been comfortable on those soft tyres, really.
But even the quali lap wasn't great. Westboy lost it coming over the.
Yeah, he's gonna come back.
Dabcon could. Well, I mean, he can overtake him on track, but he ain't gonna keep the position. But
Gonna watch Sayek finishes lap 32.
I mean, the best thing about being lapped is you don't have to do another lap where you can potentially win it.
That's true.
If I'm in P8 and I'm thinking, oh, my tyres are shit, I'm gonna wait to get lapped.
Oh no! No, what you do is you try and unlap yourself.
Oh, Perry's drifting through the final sector.
And Sayek comes across the line. There's the fastest lap. Waiting for.
Was Perry wins Spanish Grand Prix with his teammate just behind. And then we've got a fair wait for Grey Fox.
Sorry, Dagplan's got back past West Boyd, but on the final lap.
Yeah, we saw it on stream. And then we've got Ross as well. He'll come across in P4, but will he stay there?
I reckon he's going to finish P7.
7, I would say. Or P6.
P6.
Ah, right. You have to say it's a good result for Thomas, who started on pole. To get 4th, I think that's a good result.
I would, especially starting on the super softs. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He did a very unconventional strategy.
Sorry, Matt.
That's right. And waiting for Cygate, who has run out of fuel, going for fastest lap. Last time out. Savouring the airtime.
He is, he's cruising. He's out of fuel, that's why.
Yeah, because he went for fastest lap like that before.
Yep.
Wow.
We're thinking top 3 for interviews.
Yeah.
We'll go for the standard top 3. I'll let you two handle that.
Oh no.
Oh, come on, Danny.
Handle that.
Oh, don't do this to me.
Yeah, you're fine. Come on, Lewis is here anyway, so...
You're the comster, you're the comster.
Oh.
This is your role. You were born for this role.
Oh, I was a commentator, not an interviewer.
Holy moly.
That's all she wrote. Perry wins the race with a total race time of 45 minutes and 20 seconds. His teammate racer 001, or Lewis, is behind him, P2. Grey Fox round off the podium places in the McLaren. Great finish for those. Gata is back at Woking. Thomas finishes P4, Dracer P5, Ross 6th, Justin 7th, Westboy 8th, Raidcon 9th, Dabclan or Bois on pole 10th, Sargate 11th with the fastest lap, so no bonus point this week. Dan Hilton P12, and here's your last classified runner. Vish 13th, Jacob 14th, and Millsy's 15th are your 3 retirements this evening. And I think it's quite interesting that everyone with a penalty finished below everyone who didn't have one.
Funny that.
It's the first time I've ever seen that, where there's been a considerable number.
I mean, if you have 18 seconds worth of penalties, I think you can...
Well, you might, yeah.
To be fair, I think 18 seconds of penalties around Spain deserves a medal, because how the hell do you manage it?
Oh, I think I could manage it if I wasn't careful.
No, come on, I mean, that's poor driving, it's poor driving.
Well, right, let's get these guys in for their interviews. So we want Grey Fox, Perry and Lewis. I might just set Lewis talking and then go and get a drink so I don't cough halfway through.
I'll just fall asleep.
Showing his enthusiasm for the interviews as always.
Hey, listen, mate, I've just been 14 hours at work, you know what I mean? Hey, leave me alone.
Right. First man's in. Just waiting for the 2 Red Bull boys.
After they've stopped kissing and hugging each other.
Yep, spraying each other down with champagne.
There's one. And the other one.
The other one will be en route, I imagine. There he is.
There he is. Yeah.
Right, you three, just make sure your audio set to be shared, so we can hear all your lovely voices.
I was expecting your voice to be muted, Dan. I didn't think.
Well, I've taken drugs.
Apparently he's not feeling very well, Lewis. But you know, you wouldn't know that from comedy.
No, I shall be dead soon. But
No, I think he just wanted the Rick Stewards, didn't he?
That's what I was about to say. I reckon he just wanted like that. He wanted Ricky to join in.
This has compromised my eating schedule.
Don't be mean to me. I'm ill. I shall be dead
KFC
soon.
eating. How dare you, Danny? You're fine all along.
So you're just bullying me now, all of you. I've been quiet for me. Yeah. We'll start with our race winner. Back on the top step and back into the lead of the championship, Perry. How was that race for you? It seemed pretty quiet.
I mean, it was quiet, and I'll take it that way. I didn't have a lot of confidence going into this race. Spain's definitely one of my weaker tracks, so there were a couple tests. I mean, I think Racer had more pace, and so I was like, whatever. We kind of did run this strategy where Racer was going to pit before me and get onto the mediums first to kind of get the undercut, but I mean, I don't know. I got off to good qualifying in P3 and then able to get a better jump off the line. Got up to P2 and then had a bit of a moment with Thomas. Thomas was going to protect the inside, and I was like too far committed to try to go down the inside, so I think I had 2 wheels in the grass when I got by him, but that was probably the only exciting part. Outside of that, got by him, and then Racer and I had pretty much the same pace throughout at that point. The difference was really only the first like 5 laps or so. And so my goal was just to hit marks and, stay out in front. And luckily, I think, outside of Gray Fox, and I think Gray Fox probably battled a few people. I know Jacob put on the wrong setup, which was unfortunate for him, and that's kind of the reason why he struggled. But yeah, outside of that, I mean, nobody really had our kind of pace, which was interesting to see. And yeah, I mean, it's good to be back on the top step, like you said.
Yeah, it's becoming a bit of a formality for you two being first and second. Is there any sort of method as to who wins, or is it just who's quicker on the day?
I mean, I don't think we don't have like a first driver, second driver really. I mean, it's just us, and so far, I mean, I knew we're 2 the quicker guys, so it's nice to have it almost be like a formality for the team. Racer said during the race it felt like we were in the Mercedes this year, so I mean it's kind of how it felt today.
Yeah, all the guys who could have challenged you ended up going on to 2 stops, which we couldn't figure out. So it was. I don't want to say it was gifted to you, because you two were clearly the quickest on the day, and you deserve everything you get. But there was no one to take the fight to you, which is a little bit of a shame. And as a result, we didn't give you much airtime, unfortunately. But
that's all right.
At least it's for the right reason.
There's the reaction I thought we were going to get.
Yes. All right. So,
I get sponsored by Red Bull. I'm not going to get any Red Bull this week.
No. Don't worry, I've got you covered.
Yeah.
Ricky's energy fridge.
KFC and Red Bull breakfast.
What a wonderful combination.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And Perry, you were given by the Colonel of all people. You were given driver of the day, so well done for that.
The Colonel.
Mm-hmm.
In his honour, I will eat a Rolo in your awesomeness.
Okay, awesome. Thank you guys.
Nice one, mate. Right. Let's give Grey Fox a chance before we set Lewis off.
Yeah, get ready for that 10-minute script.
It's fine, I'm going to go and get something alcoholic. So, Grey Fox, talk to us about your race. Finished P3, obviously, which is a good result for you. Back in the car this week.
Yep, I was fortunate to be able to make it this week. I had a couple hiccups there, and qualifying got pushed a little farther back than I would have liked to, and off the start of the race I lost a couple places just trying to navigate through traffic, but had a bunch of battles with it seemed like quite a bit of guys. I don't remember who exactly, but definitely had my fair share of battling today, which was really enjoyable. Was able to pull off the one stop. My first stint on the softs, they're really starting to get away from me at the end. But the mediums felt pretty good, and just the way everything worked out on track, I finished with third, so I'll definitely take it. It was a fun race for sure.
I was going to say we enjoyed watching you battle your way through, and well, we're glad to have you back in for some interviews as well. So you're back on the podium. Will we see you consistently in some races, or are we going to be missing you for a couple more?
I'd be lying if I said I'd be at every race. The way my schedule and everything works out, I won't be able to make them all, but definitely the ones that I can, I'll do everything I can to be there. So.
Well, we look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, thanks, I appreciate it.
This one, mate. Right, Lewis, go.
Well, I just go. Yeah, it was good. Just do a Raikkonen one-liner. No, it was good. P2, good championship points for the team and for me and Perry. Yeah, like you said, it was weird. A lot of people did 2 stop. Really, the top 3 guys all did 1 stop. That's what we had. It was quite comfortable in the end. But even if those guys had have stuck with the 1 stop, I think we both had the pace today. So. Yeah, really happy with that. Much better result than Baku. In terms of my performance, I was really happy with how consistent I was. Me and Perry were very equal on pace, but Perry just had the edge. Sorry I couldn't make the race into a spectacle at the end. I did try a bit of ERS, but it was not to be. So P2 is good, and we've got another crazy race coming up with Monaco next week. So got good points to look forward to.
Yeah, where qualifying is everything.
Yes. I was going to say, is it too early to ask for a prediction for the winner, or?
Well, obviously, my qualies, that was my best quali performance of the year, so hopefully I can move back to Monaco, but I've not really done much Monaco running. I need to do lots on that. I mean, it's going to be the guys. Perry's always really good at not getting damage, and that's what helped him, along with pace, obviously, helped him win Baku. I think Perry will once again be, I think just because of his clean driving, like he so rarely ever gets penalties, let alone damage. So I've just got to, I know that if I can be clean, learn from the mistakes of Baku, if I can be clean, then I can be near him, and if I've got the pace, and that's great if it's my weekend next weekend. But it was I think it'll be Perry I think Perry's favourite, I'd have thought, but it's Monaco's anything happens. So.
Yeah, everything to play for. Anything can happen, and there will be some considerable absentees, I believe, as well. Always seems to be the case.
Can I ask the Red Bull guys that if they win at Monaco, are they going to do a shoe?
Oh yeah.
And are you going to jump in the pool?
Yeah, I've got to send a video of like one of those inflatable pools and just jump in.
If one of you two wins in Monaco, whichever one of you it is has got to send a video in the group chat of you doing either the shoey or jumping in the pool.
That's fair.
That's cool. Yeah, all right.
Right, you've heard it here, people. We can hold him to it now.
At the end, we'll be at the Red Bull Energy Station. We're live. Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Oh, yes, great. We've got something to look forward to.
Yep.
Right, so we'll end it there. Thank you 3 for joining us. Thank you, Ricky, for standing in.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt, for helping me as always.
So am I. Pleasure.
Nice one. And thank you all at home for joining us this evening. If you want to see more of these Tier 3 drivers, join us next week, same time, 10 PM UK, same place. And if you can't wait until then, I mean, how could you? Let's be honest. You've got Tier 2 tomorrow night, and then Tier 1 on Wednesday night, same time as well. That's 10 PM UK. We hope to see you all there. again, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.